Hey guys, this is Team Absolute, bouncing back at you with another deck idea and a deck concept. Today we're going to be discussing E-Heroes. Let's start things off with the main deck. Get Elemental Hero Wildheart. Basic guy, basic E-Hero. Nice effect, can't be affected by traps. You summon him, that's fine. Main reason why he's in here is just Mask Changing straight and Master Hero Diane. That's all he's here for, that's all I use him for, that's all he's really any good for, in my opinion. Then you have your Photon Thrasher. I used for the same reason as discussed in one of our previous videos about the Photon deck. Really good card for this, getting quick XYZ. Then you have an Ocean, for obvious reasons. You need the water for either going into Acid or into or going into Absolute Zero, and the effect works pretty well too if you need to really grab something from your graveyard. One Hero Heat. Now I only use one just because I only have one Nova Master right now. However, two Nova Masters is still really good. But a fire can always be made up for using Super Poly. Then you have Ice Edge. Once again, same idea with the waters. However, I like using his effect to discard a card and attack directly, and or if you deal damage directly with him, and destroy a set spell or trap that your opponent controls. It's very nice, and same reason for waters. Then you have Stratos, of course, self-explanatory, one of the main E-Heroes of any E-Hero deck, staple. Then you have two Elemental Hero Bubble Men. This is where one of the cards that's very fun to play around the deck. You say like you get like you have three monsters, one of them being Photon Thrasher, and then spells. You set the spells, you play the Photon Thrasher because you have no monsters. You normal summon the other monster, special summon the Bubble Man. There's a quick Blade Armor Ninja or Utopia, and one free monster to do whatever you want with. That's why he's in there. Also, of course, for waters. 3, Neos Alias, no surprise. Same old with that. Of course, only reason he's in there is Gemini Spark and Lights for Shining. Now we're into spells and traps. Of course, Book of Moon, staple. Rhoda, self-explanatory. Dark Hole, staple. Monster Reborn, yeah. MSTs, 2. You can run 1, but I like to use 2 just for clearing the field a bit better if you can't get out Acid. You have two Pot of Dualities. Good card. You can get by without special summoning because you can wait because of Fusion Gates using them in your hands. Super Polys, only 2, not 3, because 3 just kind of makes your spells very cluttered, more cluttered than they already need to be. 2 Fusion Gates, 3 is still very good, but I find that when running 3, when they're in your hand, there's literally like no point in just having them there, and you can still get by well enough with 2 and have what you need in the deck. Then you have, of course, 3 mask changes, because you have so many different masters to choose from. You have Vapor, you get the good ones being like Vapor, Acid, and Diane that are out right now. You've got 3 Gemini Sparks, good card. You have your Neos Alias, tribute him, draw a card, destroy an opponent's card. Very good card. 3 Miracle Fusions, staple, any E-Hero. 3 E-Calls. You need search power in this deck. And then we're to the traps. Mirror Force, Torrential, Deep Prison, Starlight, Bottomless, and Bottomless. You can take out a couple things, even spells and stuff, if you want to run of course, the usual Solemn Judgment or Solemn Warning, or 2 Solemn Warnings. But I find that as long as you play it right, you don't really need them to work well enough with this deck. Now we'll go on to the extra deck, where you have Nova Master, really good fusion monster. Destroy. It's 1 E-Hero and 1 fire monster, so really easy to get out with Hero Heat, Fusion Gates, and Super Polys. Kill a card, destroy a card, kill a monster, draw a card. Diane, really good Master Hero. I usually always get him from Wildheart, but if you have a guy on the field, you can of course also mask change him as well. And when he's a 2800 beater, 3000 defense. When you destroy an opponent's monster, you get to special summon a level 4 or lower E-hero from your deck. Shinings, 3 of them. Those are staple. Really good with really good combos you can do with that with Fusion Gate. You remove the 2. With Shining's destroyed, you get them back, bring the Shining back, and it's just a loop. And you always have a Shining in the field. Great Tornado if you really want to drop your opponent's monsters, have their attacks. If you want to use your Stratos as the wind, or Super Poly with an opponent's wind. 2 Absolute Zeros, very good card, of course, and that's another E-hero staple. Everyone knows once it's removed from the field, destroy all cards. And a good combo with that is, say you have your Absolute Zero in the field, and say you have a Mask Change down, spell and trap card zone, or it's in your hand and it's your turn. Say 0 would be destroyed, just Mask Change them. Destroys all stuff, destroys all cards in the field, and then you get your Acid after Mask Changing the Absolute Zero, and Acid stays on the field. Of course, his effect won't be used, but you'll still have someone that's 2600 attack to deal some damage with. Got your 2 Acids, very useful Masked Hero for Waters. And destroys your opponent's spells and basically destroys your opponent's backfield, and he gains attack for that turn based on it. Masked Hero Vapor, very good for getting over effect monsters and especially like Zen mains and stuff. It's very useful against those kind of decks. It just can't be destroyed by card effects. While he has low attack, he's still very useful in doing that. 2 Utopias, self-explanatory. It's a very good XYZ. Very good for stalling if you really need to get something out. Blade Armor Ninja for that, as I mentioned earlier, for a quick XYZ from like Photon, Thrasher, and a Bubble Man. Quick 4400 or less, just really quick. And Starst, of course, because of Starlight Red. And that is the deck profile for our E-hero deck. And thanks for watching.
Comment, rate, subscribe!